overvalued your property. Guys, I talk about this all the time. Even in a hot seller's market, inventory is low. You can't overprice your property. You won't get an offer. If you've got a property that's worth $400,000, you price it at $400,000, and you have an aggressive and effective marketing and advertising campaign, you're likely going to get multiple offers. It's going to sell for more than what the market value is. If you take that same property, you overprice it at $425,000, you're probably not going to get any offers. You certainly aren't going to get as many offers as you would if you price it correctly. That same buyer will pay more if it's priced right than if it's overpriced. They won't even make an offer.
Yep.
More than likely. So keep that in mind.
And the longer it sits in the market, so when you overprice it, it sits in the market. As soon as, in this type of market, which might sound a little crazy, in this type of market, if you're on the market for 2 to 3 weeks and it hasn't sold yet, people think there's something wrong with it. Why hasn't it sold yet? There's got to be something wrong with it.
Yeah, they do.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. It was just overpriced. You know what I mean? And then they see you do the price reductions. And then they're like, oh, they're coming down. Let's wait it out a little longer. And then they offer you 10 grand under, what it's listed at after you've done a couple price reductions. Right. And then that whole snowball happens.
Your listing is poor. What does that mean? If your listing of your home includes poorly written descriptions, without images, blurry images, it's poorly done. It's not marketed properly. Number 2 is your listing is poor. Talking about 11,
flip phone pictures.
Yeah, or just weird stuff in the pictures,
The stuffed squirrel running up a fake tree in the corner.
That's a classic. That's a classic no-no.
Yep.
Don't do it. But I mean, even things like, garbage cans in front of the garage, cars in the driveway. It's just, there's
cluttered countertops. You got everything. You got your toaster, you got your coffee maker, you got the this, you got the that. It's all covered up.
Just stuff everywhere.
Yep.
It's not good. You're always present at showings. Folks, if you're a seller, please leave the house when buyers are coming over. It is, for some buyers, it is impossible for them to imagine that being their house when the owner is there. When the seller is there, it's uncomfortable, it's awkward, it's distracting.
You're a high school junior. You're on a date with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And your dad goes on the date with you.
Yeah.
That's what that's like.
That's basically what it's like.
It's just.
Is that fun?
No.
It's not fun.
Don't even go on the date.
It's not fun for anybody.
Nope.
Don't go. Just leave. Don't stay at home.
Get out of here, Dad.
Selling number 4, you're too attached. If you refuse to negotiate even a penny off your price, there's a good chance you become too attached to your home. We see this at times. It happens often if someone has lived in the home a long time. They've lived in the home a long time. Maybe they've raised their kids and they've got a lot of memories. And our homes are important to us. But sometimes we can be too attached. It's important for a really good real estate agent that represents you to try to help you through that and talk about, let's say you have your home listed and you get an offer that's low. It's borderline kind of insulting offer. It's a low offer. Do you just not counter and just decline it, or do you counter a little bit, or what's your strategy to get the home sold for the highest amount in the quickest time? You haven't had your home professionally cleaned. This is one of the number 1 things that we recommend for our sellers is to have your home professionally cleaned. Maybe you can professionally clean it, but a deep clean is important. Folks, that includes the windows inside and out, certainly decluttering. But those are the things that we recommend to most of our sellers. Declutter, remove typically 40 to 50% of the personal items that we see out, and have your home deep cleaned, including the windows.
How many of your clients over the years, percentage-wise, would you say that when they say, "Don't worry, I'm a clean person, like I'll clean this myself"? How many of those do the type of job that kind of needs to be done?
20%.
Yeah.
1 in 5.
That's what I figured.
Yep. 1 in 5, and it's just different. We have different definitions of clean, but our job as real estate professionals, and Mike, this too, on the mortgage side, our job is to present your home in the best possible condition, and we want the definition of clean to hit everybody.
Yes.
To hit everybody, and so that's if we're a little hard on you in that area, that's why. 6, you haven't staged your home. Staging works statistically. You will get not only more money, but your home will sell quicker. The investment that you put into staging, you're going to get that back in almost all cases. So, and not necessarily taking out everything that you have and bringing in new furniture, new art, new decorating, but having a professional stage or trend staging. Melissa does an incredible job. She can come in, she can work with the furniture that you have. She can bring in additional items, but that might be one of the 11 reasons why your home isn't selling. You've kept all your personal decor. So when I read this one, I think of Scott Wolmerine. He's a good buddy of ours. He's a member of our team. Scott he actually talked about this. He and Ryan O'Neill have their radio show, which you're also, it's your radio show as well. Overson does like multiple radio shows, multi-talented guy.
Just all over,
It's just impressive.
He's just cheating on us.
So I recall the show that Scott Wolmerine said about, and he was talking about this, too much personal decor. He was referring to a client of his that had a full-size mural of themselves right when you walked in the door. So you walked in the front door, 2-story foyer, and this giant full-size mural of almost no clothes of the person who owned the house. That type of personal decor, folks, will not help your house sell for the highest amount in the quickest time.
Just a little too much?
It's just over the line.
Just over.
Just dance out of the gray. Number 9, your home is too cluttered. Folks, we are, especially Americans, we are consumers. We like to buy stuff. Most of the time, stuff that we don't need, but we like to buy stuff and collect stuff and put stuff everywhere. And
Yep.
shelves and closets. And how many rooms have you been in of like actual people living in a house? Can you think of where you went into a house, people are living there, and there's an empty closet or an empty garage? I'm not talking about just moving in or just moving out, but I mean people living in the house. There just aren't empty spaces.
Right.
Human nature is to fill the space. So almost every home that we go into, that before we list a home, it's too cluttered, and so your home is in need of too many repairs. This is another one, folks. We have clients, sellers that come in and they say, you know what? Let's do a carpet allowance. Let's do a paint allowance. Let's do repair the holes in the wall allowance. 15 years ago, that was maybe acceptable, but today's world, the majority of buyers, they don't want to paint, they don't want to repair, they don't want to put in new floors, they don't want to pick it out.
But they can make it their own, Jason.
But
then they can. Then the buyers can make it their own.
They can make it their own. They don't care.
They don't want to make it their own.
Just do something neutral that most people are going to like. Buyers want to just be able to move in. So if there's too many repairs, if it does need a lot of repairs and you truly want to sell as is, then you got to price it as is, and that's going to be, a 10 or 20% discount to what the market value is. Do you really want to take on a $400,000 house? Do you want to take a $40,000 hit just because you don't want to make a few $1,000s worth of repairs?
The rule of 3 there, right?
Yes.
Right. So when a buyer comes in and they see something that needs repair, they're gonna offer you 3 times less than the actual cost to make that repair.
Correct.
If the repair is a $2,000 repair, they're gonna say, "We'll give you $6,000 less."
$6,000 off for the inconvenience and the hassle and the whole thing.
And the blah blah blah. And so just remember that it's a lot cheaper to do it on your own and get it done than sit there and deal with the low offers that come in from the buyers.
Now, is there anything wrong with taking a discount on the sale of your home? No, there's not. I mean, some folks come in and they just want, we have, our team has the guaranteed sale, guaranteed offer programs. Some people just look, I want to sell it. I want to sell it now. I want to close in a week. I'll take the discounted price. But 99% of the sellers that we work with, they want the highest sale price possible. They want to net the most amount of money in the quickest time, and that's what we specialize in. You chose the wrong real estate agent or real estate team, and so interview your agent, folks. Ask them the questions. What's your marketing plan? How are you going to sell my house? How are you going to sell my house for the highest amount at the quickest time? What does your team look like? What does your administrative staff look like? Are you an individual agent? Are you a part-time agent? Do you have a team? All of these questions are important. Make sure you hire a top agent or team that has experience and knows how to sell homes for the highest amount in the quickest time.
I agree. Because the right real estate agent will go through that list with you and say, don't make these mistakes, and here's how we're going to avoid these mistakes. And we're going to go boom, 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 boom down the line.